it without champagne or rum. Achieve success with global.media.com. Every step forward is a new beat to your drum. Achieve success with global.media.com. Then celebrate it with or without champagne.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Positivity Live Show. We're so glad to have you here. We've got Zion here on the screen, the man himself, the legend, the king and coach and everything you want to help you with positivity in your life. We have Jamie here in the house. Jamie is here to help you with all of your job finding needs and the stress of that. And I think we're about to have Annie Osung is in the house. Annie will help you become famous. And you've got me, and I'm here to help you get Jedi calm. And we want to know what you are here for. And we're so excited that you're here. So today we're talking about tips to overcoming challenges. And we all have those tips, right? Every time we are going out and making mistakes, we overcome them, right? If we didn't, we wouldn't be here. So we want to hear your tips to overcoming mistakes.
There you go. That's a challenge, trying to avoid the sun in my eyes from my roof window. I can see now without being distressed.
It was a nice streak of sun.
Yeah, there it is. I see it. Wow.
It's not often sunny in the UK, so what can I say?
That's true. It's not sunny often here in Vermont in the United States either, but and it's not today. So I'll take that beam of sun from you, Annie, and I'll run with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around like we always do and introduce each of the hosts. And even though I'm speaking today, I'm going to introduce myself last and then bring you into a little bit of guided calm so you can get all set to come up here and join us on stage. So let's actually start with Jamie. Jamie, the mic's yours.
All right. So just introducing ourselves, right? So good to see everybody here today. I was looking through the comments here and I see people already leaving comments. Ollie's in the house here. Yep. Good to see you, Ollie. We got Zara Camp is here as well. Hello, everyone. Love from England. Good to see you as well. We got a great topic we're talking about today, right? Overcoming challenges. And for those who don't know me, I'm Jamie Edwards. I'm in the United States. I'm in Illinois, about an hour outside of Chicago. And I am one of the top career coaches on LinkedIn. As Liddy kind of introduced myself a little bit here, what I do is I help job seekers every single day with different parts of their job search. So I have my own company called Jam Sessions with Jamie, and I help people with resume writing, interview practice, and LinkedIn optimization. I kind of call it like the triangle of coaching, because if you have all three of those things on a job search, those should be enough to help you get an opportunity, right? So those are the things that I focus on with my clients. I stay pretty busy. I've been doing this now for 3 years on my own, and I've worked with over 550 different job seekers over the past 3 years. I've got a lot of recommendations on my LinkedIn profile, which I'm very proud of as well. And I just continue to try to help as many people as I can get hired faster and ultimately gain confidence on their job search, because we know anything about the job market today, it's very tough confidence-wise, and there's a lot of things that can kind of hit you hard, and you really just got to stay focused and have that confidence and just keep moving forward when it comes to a good job search, right? So that's a little bit about me and what I do. Like I said, I stay pretty busy. If anyone in here is looking for a job, or maybe just wants a different opportunity in general, I'm happy to have a conversation with you and see if I can help you out, and if career coaching is the right fit for you. All it takes is a phone call. You just got to take that step and at least have a phone call and go from there. So definitely happy to help. That's a little bit about me. I'm going to pass it over to my next co-host here. I'm going to pass it over to Annie so he can introduce himself, and then Annie will pass to the next person. Annie, go ahead, my friend.
So I know the amazing work you do, Jamie. You do help my friends out when they need you, especially. So thank you so much for what you do and all you do.
Thank you.
And my friends, I see a good few of you here. Zane, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Wisdom, we see you too. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for joining you. And of course, I see you as well. So, Zion, I see you. Of course, I see you. You're in the comments, right? So weird. My friends, if you're here, please say something. Say where you joined us from. Say hello. If you've got any thoughts on our topic today, then please do share. And of course, you're welcome to join the stage now. So the link is on the event page. So do go to the event page. You might have to reduce this event screen of us to see the page itself. And the StreamYard link is there. You can join us. You don't need to put your camera on in the studio if you don't want to. But now you have to enable your camera and your microphone before you come in the studio. That's an important thing. Hello, Mr. Ashif. Coach Ashif, we'll see you. Welcome as well, my friend. Welcome. This man, he talks genius all the time. So I'm glad you're here. Right. For those who know me, those who don't know me, it's Adrian. Of course, you know. I think I know you, and you know me, right? But no, I'll remind you what I do anyway, because I love to tell people what I do. And so I spent the whole night doing what I love doing best. The whole night, yes, the whole night. I even messaged Lydia. I was like, Lydia, help me. Lydia's like, I'm not Canadian. I'm like, damn. Anyway, look, my life is spent doing what I call making people famous. The simple truth is that people will buy from you if they know you, like you, and trust you. That's what being famous really means. And I think of where you buy things from, right? People, even service providers, shops, businesses. You buy from people that you know, people that you trust, people that you see often. I want to make my friends and my clients well known. That way they are the go-to brand for whatever people are looking for. Now, in all that, yes, I do a lot of things, but my joy comes from two main things, really. So my joy comes from what I call long-lasting fame, long-lasting authority. Authority that stays with you and helps you long after we stop working together. Now, so what does that look like? Essentially, there's two ends to it. One of them is these. Okay, Ollie, I'll send you the link. Now, so one of the ways I make it famous that lasts is these events. So we'll do these events, and I can help you, as Mr. Zion can, to organize these events, plan these events, and to make them work for yourself. The ultimate aim is to build a community around you. See, when you build a community around you, that community eventually, if you keep helping them, giving them value, they will come and buy from you when they need your service. That's what I mean by long-term fame that lasts. The second way I help you is to help you write your book, publish your book, and sell your book. Take it from me. And when you write a book and publish a book is going to outlive you. It's going to outlive me. It's going to outlive all of us, right? Long-term fame. So people will read your book. They will get an idea of what your values are, how you work, and how you do what you do, and how you can help them. That's what gives me joy. So this morning, my task was getting a bestseller award for my clients, and that's one of my gifts. I offer a guaranteed bestseller service. So I will work with you to achieve a bestseller award on Amazon. Now, there's many ways I do that, of course. We can use tools, which I do, but also, we can definitely do the manual work, as I was doing this morning when I was DMing Lydia and everyone else in my inbox. I mean, everyone else, hundreds of people. And I just get them to buy some more books. My client's book that we launched yesterday. I could talk all day. Do I have challenges? Many of them. So I'd love to share with you what I'm learning, because I'm always learning how to be a better Annie. I'll share with you what I'm learning. And of course, as we've said already, you're welcome to join us and share what you've learned and your strategies for overcoming obstacles. That's me, Lydia. Thank you for giving me the time to speak.
All right, Zion, the mic is yours. Tell everybody who you are, because I'm sure they don't know.
All right. Thank you so much, Lydia, for anchoring today's event. It's always a privilege to be here every Saturday and spend the weekend, with all amazing people joining us from all over the world. We can see the comment section buzzing, people joining in from Slovenia, from Canada, from the UK, and all over the world. It's just so exciting. Yes, for those who don't know me, like Lydia said, you're meeting me for the very first time. My name is Zion Imegeru, and I'm joining in from Nigeria. Now, the reason why I love this space is because it's a global space, and if you see on stage, I'm from Nigeria, and it's from UK. Jamie and Lydia are from the United States. And Isa is not here; she's from the United States. We have people from all over the world being part of this community. For me, I'm your Mr. Positive Energy. Yes. So what I do, I help coach and mentor people in embracing positivity intentionally. Because I tell you, the challenges can be overwhelming. Life itself can be daunting, and then you can feel discouraged and you can feel like you cannot go on anymore. But having a positive mindset is key in every situation that you go through. So if you want to intentionally embrace positivity, you want somebody to mentor you, to teach you on how to continually live a positive lifestyle, then do well to reach out to me. I also help to host online events. So you want to host an event like this, you want to get your voice out there, reach out to me, just like Mr. Any does. Teamwork makes dream work together, we make it happen. So it's all about positivity, and that's why we love this space. This space is a community bringing people from all over the world together to a place where we can be intentional about each other, because we believe in valuing people. If I value you, you're going to value me in return. It has a ripple effect. And so that's what we do. And we encourage everyone to join us on this stage. And the topic for today is tips to overcoming challenges. Definitely, we have all experienced challenges in one way or the other. How are you being able to overcome these challenges? What are the tips you are using? Come in, join us, and inspire people, because I believe that every one of us, we have a unique story. My story is different from any story. Any story is different from Lydia, it's different from Jimmy. We all have different stories. But the ability for us to share our story, to impact, to inspire, to encourage people, that's how we make a positive difference. So once again, I want to say a big welcome. I'm going to give the mic now back to Lydia, even as she continue, being the amazing host for today.
Oh my goodness. The hosting here is shared, and we all know that. So I love anchoring it, but it takes a village, and we're a little team, and the village is all of you. So I'm Lydia, and one thing that I really resonate with is the word that Zion used, which is value, and valuing ourselves. And we all have inherent value, but Jamie talked about it, Annie talked about it, Zion talked about it. And we're going to come to that idea today, because overcoming challenges, we do that because we do value ourselves, and it helps us to value our situation and everything around us more when we do overcome those challenges. So I am Lydia, and I help you attain Jedi calm. We do that a little bit here, and we're going to do that in a moment doing our meditation. But why do I do that? Because Jedi calm is the thing that helps you to be able to heal yourself when you have any sort of emotional pain or physical pain. It also helps you. Can we turn off of the mics, because I'm hearing an echo? All right, thank you. And when you're calm, you can catalyze your purpose. You can come out here and you can speak when you otherwise wouldn't. You can come up with ideas, solve problems. Calm is the basis of everything. So I do that, like Jamie talked about his 3-pronged system, and I have a membership where people are in a community, and they can be self-guided through 3 different tracks, one for healing and one for energy. And you can go to these tracks and you can be in a community anytime you want, 24/7. So that's something that helps people a lot. And then I have circles for growing and healing and learning in a circle space. And I have a class that is coming up for actually all sorts of ways to heal yourself. And yes, there's calm in there, and there's so much more, because healing is not really that easy, is it? And yet it is. So anyway, right now, that's a little bit about me, but right now we have 2 people on stage. So what I want to do is get more of you up here on the stage by giving you a moment to get in your zone, get chilled out, get focused, get clear, get calm. So I invite you to close your eyes, and I am going to stop my camera, and we're just going to do a little exercise. So, as you breathe in, notice the freshness of the air as it comes in through your nostrils, and the warmth as it comes out. And if you haven't done it yet, allow the breath to close your eyes just as soon as you like. You can close your eyes because you know that you are safe to do so. And you are here in this beautiful energy, and the moment you need to wake up, you will wake up alert and refreshed and ready to go. So for now, just let your breath return to its normal pace and relax into your body, your home, and the energy around you. Notice a beautiful golden light coming down from the crown of your head, the top where the hairs grow. And it's soft and warm yet cool, and it flows down over your temples, your jaw, the back of your neck, and down, 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 over your shoulders, over your elbows, your wrists, your fingers. Find your consciousness and place it right in the middle of your head and let it relax. You don't need to analyze any of this. You simply can observe and let all the thoughts float by. Feel the peace flowing down, filling your abdomen, softening it and expanding it, and coming right back up through your heart, opening, expanding, softening, healing with the golden light of peace. Softening and expanding your throat, so that the sounds that only you can speak can come out and be experienced. And allow the peace to flow right back up. And you notice this energy coming through the crown of your head, down into your body and flowing back up, removing all the judgmental thoughts that aren't serving you anymore. All the parts of the things that have happened that you no longer need. And they go right out into the cosmos, where you get peaceful, joyful energy to learn and grow from everything that happens. Letting go of what you don't need and leaving it behind. Softening and expanding to the peace and the curiosity and the love that surrounds you. As you notice your thoughts, you can let them have space as they float on by, and every part of you is relaxing. See your relaxed self. Imagine that relaxed self twice as relaxed, and step into that relaxed self and feel that relaxation. As you breathe in peace, your subconscious mind knows what your future is like with this peace. And sends you back all the information you need to go forward for your purpose and to take the best parts of being peaceful and calm with you for any challenge to come. You are peaceful. You are creative. You are curious. You are energetic. You are loving. As you breathe in peace. As you breathe out love. Feel the love expanding. Give it a color and see yourself filled with this color, because you are. And see this color and make it twice as bright, because it is. And then see this color and make it twice as bright, because it is. And then feel the love. And the feeling and the color and the light are one. And they expand to fill the room you're in. Flowing upward, downward, inward, outward, left, right, north, south, east, west, onward, past the walls, past the streets, past the trees, past the sands, past the snow, past the fields, past the mountains, past the hills, past the rainforests, past the buildings, past the sea, and downward and upward to the stratosphere. Everything is love all the way around. The whole planet Earth, your home. And take another deep breath. Breathing in peace and breathing out love. You can return to this space anytime you like, simply by taking a breath, noticing that breath, and allowing your consciousness to rest for a moment, feeling the peace and the love. And you can wake up anytime you like that you need to and be calm. I'm going to help you. I'm going to count to 10, and when I reach 10, you will open your eyes, alert, refreshed, and deeply peaceful. 1, fingers tingling. 2, 3, 4, stretching, yawning. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Eyes open, alert, and thank you for being here. Namaste.
Whoa, amazing, Lydia. I have to thank you before I give you back the mic for doing this for us. Guys, if you really enjoyed that, if that was beautiful, just want you to drop in the comment section. Thank you, Lydia. Let's show Lydia some love, some appreciation for doing this for us every Friday. You know, after the meditation session, it gives us the opportunity to fully express ourselves. It gives us the opportunity to share, and she does this for us every Friday. So, Lydia, we want to say a very big thank you. Keep the comment coming. Just drop in the comment. Just appreciate Lydia sending the love, the hugs, the amazing thing. Whoa. Somebody said, I fell asleep. Oh, that was relaxing. Indeed, it was. Indeed, it was. I was almost sleepy, but then I had to whoa, you're on a live show. You have to get yourself together. So thank you so much, Lydia, for really kicking off off on this great note by doing the meditation session. We appreciate you again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, any saying thank you, Lydia. I know more thank you is going to be coming. I think that the network glitches is delaying the thank you, but definitely we know more thank you are going to be coming. Yes, and Dr. Masha said, thank you, Lydia. Thank you so much. Yes, and Zara is also saying, thank you, Lydia. We all thank you because this means so much for us. But that on the way side, Lydia, I give my back to you so you can continue being our good host for today.
All right. So we're talking about tips to overcoming challenges. And everybody in this room, I think everybody in this room has had challenges, right? I mean, raise your hand if you've had challenges. We all have challenges, and some of them are little bitty challenges, and we'll have little bitty challenges all day long, and it can get you in a really foul mood. Who's ever gotten in a bad mood because everything just keeps being really annoying and nothing is going smoothly, and you think, how can these people not know that I was talking to them, that I said this, that I did this, that I was doing my best? And the thing is, we can only affect our own mood. Ever. We can be influenced by other people, but we can only affect our own mood. And so when we look at these challenges, they're annoying, or they're more than that. They might be life or death challenges. They may put us off course for a long, long time. They may cause suffering. But here's the thing about suffering. And I think probably everybody in here has suffered at some point as well. Are you hearing some feedback? I'm hearing a buzz. I don't know what that buzz is.
Yeah, I hear it too. I can hear it too.
Okay. Maybe. Well, okay. It's gone now. Just didn't want anybody to become edgy from the buzz. Was we want everybody to be calm and be able to talk about what it is that we do when things get either really hard, incessantly hard, life-threateningly hard, or when they're like microabrasions and they needle at us. We can, I mean, these things might cause suffering, but we cause our own suffering when we keep thinking, oh, that doesn't work, that is hurting me, that is, nothing works anymore, I can't do this, I can't do that. Why am I so riddled with challenges? Why am I so riddled with no work, pain, no money, people not being nice to me? And the more we do that, we are causing our own suffering for something that happened. And it may have happened for a reason. We may have gotten caught in something that wasn't intended for us, or we may have been caught in somebody else's bad mood. But if we let ourselves continue to suffer, then we're not learning how we can lift ourselves and raise the vibration and go forward. What can we learn from that suffering? How can we not do it again? How can we go around and do something different? What does that suffering mean to us, and why did we suffer from it? What does that mean for the other person? There's so many questions that we can ask and get curious about it instead of sitting in the suffering. And that's what this show is about, the tips to getting around that suffering, so that our challenges are something that we can launch from, or we can learn that that's something to let go, or we can actually make a deeper connection to someone else, or our purpose, or something really important. So I'm going to turn the mic over to my team and let them talk about what their tips and tricks are for overcoming challenges. And I know that Jamie's got a little bit of a tight schedule today, so I'm going to start with Jamie.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Lydia. And thank you so much again for the awesome meditation session as well. It was great. Right. So let's talk a little bit about overcoming challenges, right? And I talk about, when we're talking about overcoming challenges, right? Like, you can either dwell on them, and if things are tough and they're not going your way, you can sit and think about them all the time, and then it really affects your brain. It starts getting into your, it starts developing doubt, and it affects your mental health, right? And I think when I think of challenges, I think about ways and opportunities that those challenges are really ways that I can learn and grow, right? So if you think of a challenge as like a growth mindset and like you're growing and this is a challenge and if things don't go right, you learn something in it, right? It really helps you deal with it better, helps you kind of lower anxiety, stuff like that, right? As opposed to you thinking to yourself, like, I can't do this, right? This is a challenge I'm never going to be able to overcome. Your mindset's already kind of fixed in a way where it's like, then you're not going to be able to overcome that challenge, right? You're going to think that you can't do it and it's going to affect you and you're going to probably give up and stuff like that. I think about the challenges that the people I work with, right? And the people I work with who are getting these rejection emails, and they start thinking to themselves, am I ever going to find a job ever again? Right? Or am I ever going to be unemployed again? Right? And I have to tell them, slow down. Like, you've gotten this far in your career for a reason. You've made it this far already. You've already accomplished and overcome many challenges to get to where you're at. What is one more challenge now in the grand scheme of things? Because when you overcome this challenge and you keep thinking to yourself that you are going to find a new job and you don't give up on applying to jobs and you do certain things that I teach them on, ultimately there's going to be a breath of fresh air when you're done, right? Because you stayed with it. You knew that you could overcome this challenge, right? And that's really what it comes down to, is having that growth mindset versus a fixed mindset, right? And, one of the things is you got to remember that, and this is another thing I teach people too when they're looking for jobs, is that, people say all the time, well, should I put my open to work banner up, right? Does it look like I'm desperate, that people think I'm desperate because I'm looking for a job? And I'm like, look, use that as part of your challenge, right? And you're overcoming your challenge. Use that as motivation. So when you finally get that job, you can take that green open to work banner down. You can say that you persevered, right? And you were resilient in your challenge and you did different things and whatnot. So for me, like I said, when it comes to overcoming challenges, I always have that mindset that I know I can do it. And that I've learned from the challenges before that I had, where maybe it was a little bit tougher. I built that confidence up, right? You realize that when you overcome challenges and you've done it before, you believe into yourself that you can handle anything that gets thrown at you. You can handle that curveball. You can handle that adversity, right? And that really helps you develop that calm mindset. And you start thinking to yourself, well, I've been here before. I've overcome this before. I know how I can respond now. Right. So those are just some quick things that I want to share when it comes to obviously how you can, obviously overcome challenges. But really it all comes down to that mindset, right? Do you think you can? It's like the little engine that could, right? Do you think you can? You think you can? You think you can? Or do you continue to think in the back of your mind, I know I won't, I know I won't, I know I won't. And if you think that way, you're not going to be able to overcome that challenge and you're going to give up on it and it's going to get the best of you. But you just got to keep moving forward always and realize that you can handle adversity. So that's just a little bit of my thoughts on today's topic. I'm going to pass it over, I think, to Annie here so he can share his thoughts. I know we got a few people already on stage to speak to as well, so we'll get to them shortly. And Annie, please share your thoughts on how you overcome challenges.
Certainly. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jamie. Thank you, Lydia, for the meditation as well. Zara, I can see you in the studio. Glad you're here. I think Suzanne is here as well, apparently. I haven't seen her on my screen, so glad you're here, though. Adrian, we do see you. Thank you for joining us. Who else do I see? Oh, okay. Okay, Amila. Oh, and Anila. So glad you're here. Thank you all for spending your time with us. This is going to throw me, right? Ola Jumoke. Yay. That's not bad for a Nigerian, right? I've done quite well there. I'm impressed with that. Normally I butcher names. If I've destroyed your name, please forgive me. Lisa the Genius, my best friend on LinkedIn, my best friend in the world, really. But I'm glad you're here, Lisa. Thank you for joining us. Selassie, we see you too. Zara, you fell asleep. No, you didn't fall asleep. You're still here, right? You didn't fall asleep. Dr. Marcia, of course, Lydia mentioned you. Glad you're here as well. Thank you so much, everyone. We love seeing you here. Sebastian said, Sebastian does construction and linked to his charitable cause. So I'm glad you're here, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, this topic is one that resonates with me a lot. I don't want to say every day I have challenges because it's not true. Some days go swimmingly well, but those days that that something goes wrong, oh man, I beat myself up. This happened. This happened yesterday. But this happened 2 days ago as well, by the way. And so let me tell you about the one 2 days ago, because it really, look, I get it. Challenges, when something goes wrong, it can shake us to our core. It can shake our belief on who we are. That's what Lydia was talking about, and also Jamie. You can't really begin to think, I'm no good. What's gone wrong? This always goes wrong. Damn, why can't I get it right? And I do that to myself as well, my friends. And it's ridiculous, right? It's a ridiculous way to be. I know this, but still I do it. Still I go through the pain. If something doesn't work out the way I want it to work out, especially when I've done this thing before, say I publish books, and then the author is like, I don't like it. So I'm like, damn, I'm a terrible author. I'm not a publisher. And how can I call myself a publisher? I could do better. And then you start thinking about it all day, right? You start thinking about it. You start beating yourself up. I can't sleep after time. I'm like, how could it have gone wrong? I can give you some examples. Let me tell you the one from 2 days ago. And I'm working with my client. We've got plans for the work that we're going to do, right? We've done the plan for months, absolute months, right? And literally, we are. If I say I've got 4 steps in my process, right? So we've done work for months. Book is there, and there was a problem in that process, and then now we're going towards the end, right? To launch a book. Again, I got a 4-step process. So we'll do the first 2 steps in the process, and then my client goes AWOL. Stops talking to me. Literally stop talking, stop answering, stop responding at all. Now, no DMs, not responding. I'm like, I'm here all night, by the way, all night. I'm like, client, talk to me. What's gone wrong? Let's do the next bit. Let's do number 3. It's only one more after that. All right, let's get it done. No response. I'm furious. But deep down, I'm beating myself up thinking, what have I done wrong? Where has this gone wrong? What has happened? Well, it's gone wrong. It's a disaster. It's never going to work. Man, everything's ruined. And lucky for me, I had a session. It wasn't a session. I had a master class with my mindset coach. And she's like, go, tell me about it. I'm like, man, like I just told you, right? She's like, okay, let's talk afterwards. I'll call you. Let's talk. Let's see what's happened. She calls me and she goes, right, Annie, what has happened? I told her again. And she's like, okay, what did you do in all of this? I'm like, I did what I normally do. She goes, what did you do differently? I'm like, nothing. Everything was going swimmingly. So it can't be like, I don't know, it can't be. I know it's not me. It's what happens. Right? It's her fault. I'm like, it's not me. Because and she's like, okay, maybe. She goes, right. Is there anything that you could have seen to see this coming? I'm like, no, I'm lying. I should have seen it coming. This is the truth, right? My point is that when things go wrong, we can see it coming. Lydia made some points. Lydia keeps saying that she used some important words. Essentially, as humans, we have this thing about judging ourselves, being judgmental, right? We judge ourselves. It's ridiculous. It's think of how you talk. If you were your best friend, what would you say to yourself? What would you say to yourself in those situations? Exactly what my coach did. Ask the right questions, right? What did you do? What could you have done differently? How did this happen? Going forward, what can you do differently, right? You have to answer these questions without judgment. Almost as if it's not you, out of body experience. Look at it objectively, without feeling. Just answer those questions. What happened? What did you do? What could you have done differently? How did this happen, right? And when we do that, we learn to be honest with ourselves. Sometimes we'll see, like I said, that we could have predicted this issue arising. Maybe we could have avoided it. Because we're lazy people, all of us are, right? We like to do what we always do, and even when we see it going down the pan, we're still like, that's what I always do. I'm going to do it anyway, right? And when it goes down the pan, we're like, oh no, it's gone down the pan. I didn't know that was going to happen. We did. We really did. Be honest with yourself. It's my point, right? That's the learning Jamie mentioned. What can I do differently? How did this happen? What can I do differently next time, right? That's the learning. That's all we can do. See, in my answer to my coach, she's like, okay, if you've done everything that you normally do, and if you've done everything the right way, my friend, let it go. Just put it down to learning. So this is how I'll learn for better next time. Don't walk around beating yourself up because it's not your problem. Some things we just say, it's not me, it's not my problem. I couldn't have helped it. I can't do anything about it. It's happened. Fine. I'll live with. Next time I'll try and learn something. I'll try and learn cues. Cues are situations that lead to a result, an outcome, right? Try and learn those. That way, if it's cloudy, my friends, we'll get an umbrella. That's a cue, right? Get an umbrella. That way, if it rains, I'm just not going to rain on me. It's similar in everything in our lives. If we see something coming, take precautions. Do the right thing. There's something Lydia and Jamie said, which I think is very important. I think you said, as long as you know you've done your best. That's a positivity and a mindset thing. Always do your best. I say in the situations I'm describing to you, I know I did my best. I know I'm willing to say it to anyone. I've just said it to all of you, right? Because I do the right thing as best as I know today. Maybe tomorrow I might do different, but I'm saying today I did my best. Can I defend what I did? Yes. Did it work always? No. But I did my best, right? I will learn to be better tomorrow. That's what I can do. I can't do any more than that. That's how you overcome challenges, my friends. Don't blame yourself. Don't judge yourself. Don't have this pride thing where you refuse to learn. I'll end with this. So I've mentioned reaching out to my coach. You might have to reach out to someone who knows who can help you look at the issue. Coach, a friend, a mentor. Reach out to someone and say, right, what is going on here? What can I learn? And listen and learn. That's how you overcome challenges, my friends. Zara, I love you already, even though we haven't actually met. But I love anyone who actually listens to me and shakes their head and nods. Yeah, no, I'll leave it there, Lydia. Zara, I give the mic to you, my friend.
Hi, Annie, Jamie, Zion, Lydia, Big M. Can you guys hear me?
Perfectly.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Zara. This is the first time I've joined you guys. I'm a teacher, so I actually sit and listen to everybody and, I nod and things like that. Annie, you spoke about overcoming challenges and understanding to learn and to grow and this type of thing. I think a lot of people forget that when they've moved so much, they don't realize how much. And a lot of people have the problem with not being grateful for that distance, because you'll find yourself, for example, yes, you've done everything that you could. You've tried your best. You've crossed miles to get to where you are in this very moment. And when we don't look back and realize how much we've actually grown, that's when we can stand and sort of sometimes criticize ourselves. People criticize others based on themselves, and understanding what our challenges are and overcoming them. And sorry guys, I speak other languages, so my mind is a kerfuffle of other languages too, so I might make a mistake. But in regards to gratitude, understanding, learning, life is about continuously changing, learning, developing, growing. it is impossible for you to be the same person that you were yesterday. And like you said earlier on, when you think of how much and you think of what you've learned through it, you start to realize that today you're a different person in comparison to yesterday. Because life, the challenges do make you, they don't break you. Once you overcome them and you look back, you realize, actually, do you know what? I've learned this. I'm not going to repeat it again. I'll do this next time. Next time I might, take a different route, because all routes lead to one, right? It's believed to be all roads lead to one. And I think it's very important with the message that you're saying about positivity. Being positive is very, very hard when everybody around you is negative. So it's also about the environment that you're in, the people that you surround yourself, reaching out to people, even if you feel like people are not really going to give you the answer that you want. So there are support networks out there, support circles. Jamie, remarkable with what you do. Earlier on, you spoke about jobs. Lydia, with what you do, remarkable, because I nearly fell asleep. I've just finished work, nearly did. But even with Zion, just sitting there smiling. Oh, Jamie slept. So yeah, thank you.
Zara, I stand up for that reason. I used to fall asleep at the events. That's why I stand up. I haven't fallen asleep standing up yet. I wonder if I'm ever going to. I'm sure you'll see me and it just collapses. But it's all right. It's all right. Now, please finish off.
But yeah, I don't really have anything more to say, because thank you, like students in class, they interrupt and the teacher forgets where the point was. But thank you though, Annie, for the point. I can't. Any a question though? A question to all of you guys. With what you're doing now, how long have you been doing it for? And how has it benefited your networks? Like, how do you network to develop and grow the idea of positivity in lives? How do you do that?
I'll answer for me, then I'll let my colleagues answer for themselves. Look, the events is a thing for me, right? So I just positivity is a way of being. For me, mindfulness is a way of being. So, I aim to make friends. When I said earlier in my introduction, I build communities for people. So, now I've met you, now I've heard you. Now we've talked basically, right? The next step is essentially, Zara, let's book a Zoom meeting. Let's meet quick. Let me find out what you do. I want to make friends. And then, as I said, those friends become part of your community. They come to more of my events. They come to more of my things that I do. And I go to their events too, of course. And eventually, when you need me, you're like, Annie, help me. When I need you, I'll be like, Zara, help me. That's how I make this work for me, especially. Of course, the talking bits, we improve every day. Me and Zion do a Monday show where we do this. We're speakers on Eric King's Motivation Monday podcast. So again, I'll end this with this. 3 years ago, Zara, I didn't speak in public ever. So now I've had to learn through this medium to speak, to share what I know, really, and then my confidence goes up, my friends go up, my business grows. It's a holy grail. It's a holy circle of things, right? Please, anyone else who wants to answer Zara's question, feel free.
Yeah, good question. I'll say something really quick here, because then I have a coaching call. I got to jump off here. I got to do better with my calendar here, apparently. Okay. Yes. So, Zara, for me, it's like, to be honest with you, when I started doing these, they were kind of doing like Zion and Annie, they were kind of having this positivity call already. And I've seen some of the things they do. And me and Zion met a while ago, and, this was something I knew I wanted to be a part of, because, this is something I love to do. Is I love positivity, right? I'm always looking at the glass half full, and, consider myself a servant leader, helping people out. And this call right here, this would never have been possible if I didn't meet these great people, right? I meet so many great people on this call. I just met you, right? And I never seen you talk before. And now I feel like if you send me a connection request, we'll be connected, and I'll get to see some of your stuff, and we'll build a relationship, right? And for me, it's just all about growth. Like I love these calls, and because it gives me a chance to speak my mind. It gives me a chance to meet some great people and grow with some of the people on here who've been coming here for the last 2.5 years or so, right? I think we've been doing this for that long, or a little bit longer, but yeah, it's just been a great way for me to get myself out there, meet new people, just grow. And I've met, yes, some people I've met in here have set up discovery calls with me for my business stuff. And I've always been about trying to sell them my services, but just hearing them out, finding out about their job search, just learning new things about people, right? And that's really what this has done to me, is just helped me grow and helped me also step out of my comfort zone, because I've never really done events like this before. I want to do them on my own eventually, but being a part of this great group has gotten me to help with public speaking too, and being a part of these great calls. I think you're on mute. Maybe I think Zara, you were saying something, but you were on mute there.
I was saying thank you.
Yeah, of course. No, thank you for being here, and for even for sharing your thoughts. I appreciate that.
For having me, thank you. I have a podcast, so I use LinkedIn to find information about things and to keep up to date with things. So, thank you, Jamie, for your point that you said. I think I asked Lydia earlier on about, I think I may have asked you, Lydia, do you know with what you do in relation to your motivation and your input onto this stream, how is it with you? How do you think of what to say, and how do you, I don't know why I'm asking it to you in that way, but how do you impact? How do you share positivity? There we go. Use my hands.
Yeah. I talk with my hands too. I have a podcast. I'm actually about to start another one. I've ended my Tuesday telecast and I'm starting 2 more. But on there, I look at those sessions and my hands are going like this all the time. And maybe that is in fact because how I think and how I respond is through absolute presence. So what I'm in, I'm not thinking ahead of time what I'm going to say, which requires a trust in myself. I'm coming from a long background of being a performer, where I also had to trust myself to be on the world stages, producing music and playing music. And once you're producing that music, once you're producing that sound, you just have to trust that everything that you've done has been because you wanted to produce that sound, because you had something to say, because you prepared, and you perhaps are nervous because you care. And why do you care? What is it? Once you realize that, you can just be present. And it's like what this whole call is about, and what you were saying, Zara, about that we are not the same person the next day. And that's because that happens unless we don't move forward. If we accept where we are because it happened, we are happening, and everything around us happens. When we accept this because it is, then we can go forward and learn from it and grow from it. And we can only do that if we're actually present to it, not so deep in reaction, not so deep in denial, but with it. Cry the tears, shout the shouts, pout, but be there. And when you're there, then your voice becomes free. My voice has not always been free. I actually lost my voice for a while. I couldn't say a word for a long time. And, sometimes there are medical challenges like that too. But still, I came back to it, and I had to actually show up. It's about that presence. I hope that answers your question.
No, it does. Thank you.
Yeah. And we've lost Jamie. Jamie went to do his coaching calls. So we have Zion. And Zion, please go ahead and let us know what you think.
All right, thank you so much, Lydia. I've been on the backstage just listening in and learning. And thank you so much, Zara, for coming in and helping us shake up the event with a question. That's always amazing to have new people come in. And I just want to share with you is what you see here that we do every Friday for almost 3 years now is beyond just an event like other. It's a movement that has been on for 3 years. And we are on a mission to spread positivity to every corners of the earth, one person at a time. The reason why we do this is we believe that we all have a unique story. Everyone's story is unique, everyone's story is special, and the ability for us to share our insight, to share our knowledge with other people out there can go a long way to make their life much more better, and go a long way to inspire them, to motivate them, to energize them to keep living their life. So positivity for us is beyond a word, is a life. Is a life that we have embraced, is a life that we are living, and we are positioning ourselves as a beacon of light, as a beacon of positivity to other persons to embrace it and to know that a positive life is possible. You can live it. We are a product of it. We are a living testimony that is possible. And to be able to use our voice to inspire people is why we do this show. And we are a community. So it's beyond the people you are seeing here on stage. We have thousands of people all over the world who is part of this community, who are intentional about positivity, who show up here every Friday for one thing, to embrace positivity intentionally. So it's a privilege to have you join us for the very first time. And I know that as you continue to join us, you're going to be meeting more people. Because one thing we do here is we connect positive people with positive people. Are you a positive person? Being part of the community is something you're going to gain. You're going to have access to other positive people all over the world who are all about making a positive impact in the world. So that's what we do here. And I believe that you are going to enjoy the company of these great people.
Can I say quickly, Zara, please invite us individually or as a group to come on your podcast. I'm sure we're happily obliged.
Oh no, I will do, definitely. It's only been going on for around 7 months now, and trying to, as you know, Lydia, having a podcast and trying to juggle other things, it's a lot. And I was living in Spain. The podcast that I have is about my African heritage, my Sudanese heritage, but I'm also, how can I put it? I am English mixed with German on my daddy's side, but I grew up in Sudan in war, and I have had to overcome a lot of different things. So yeah, you guys, I'd love to have you on so you could tell us your thoughts and whatnot. I've added every single one of you. I've actually got to go back to work now. That's why I'm stuck with pens and stuff. But thank you so much, Zion, Annie, the other two, and Lydia. I will listen to your podcast. So can you send me the link? But thank you very much, guys. God bless you all.
We thank you. You're the star. Thank you so much.
See you guys soon. Bye-bye. Bye, guys.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Wow. Amazing.
Okay, so now we've got to play with this again, Zion. I know you found out how to
There we all are.
Some things are not a problem, right? Some things are not a challenge. They're just things that happen. Deal with them. Fix it. Go. Right?
Right. It's like a game.
You have to move the cursor around again and again and again, but then that's part of the journey. No, it's been a wonderful conversation today, and a lot have been shared, and I'm sure that people in the comment section, you will already be blessed. I'm talking about tips to overcome challenges. If there's one thing I've learned on my journey, it's that nobody has it all figured out. Nobody has it all sorted out in our life. Annie said, I think he has challenges every year, and that's true. We all have challenges every day from one thing to another. Your challenge today might be different from someone else's challenge today. But at the end of the day, we all go through challenges. Imagine having a challenge to open your door. The lock is stopped and you cannot open it. Imagine having a challenge, you drop something that you cannot find it anymore. So there are different things that happen, but in the midst of it all, challenges are part of the journey. Challenges are part of our lives. Challenges are what makes us who we are today. And I dropped in a comment section earlier that without the challenge, there is no stories to share. Without the challenge, there is no victory. For anybody to be counted victorious, you must have gone through a challenge or a test for him or her to be termed victorious. So it's all part of the life that we do. But if there's one thing I do when I face difficult times, when I face challenges, this I admit it. I'm not among I'm not that kind of a person. When you see challenge, you just brush it off. It's a challenge. Admit it. Admit there is a challenge. Admit something is not okay. Admit something is wrong. That's one thing I've done. I used to be in denial. When things is going wrong, I'm like, no, it's not going wrong. It's okay. It's fine. It's good. It's right. But then being able to admit that there is a challenge really helps me to look out for the solutions. So yes, there is a challenge, but what's the way forward? Yes, there is a challenge. What can I do to make a difference? What can I do to change the narrative? What can I do to make an impact? So firstly, it's to be able to admit there is a challenge. And in admitting it, it allows me to then focus on the solution instead of the problem. So admitting it is one thing, but do not focus on it. So I admit there is a challenge. I admit there is something that is wrong, but then I don't focus on the challenge. Rather, I focus on the solution. And it has really helped me so much. There's somebody out there right now, you might be going through a tough time in your life, you might be going through a season that is looking as if you're giving up. It's overwhelming, it's discouraging, but just to encourage you, it's part of the journey. What is it? Admit the challenge, and then what's the way forward? What's the solution towards the challenge? And secondly, is the ability to have a mindset shift. I'm glad that Jimmy touched on this area, because for me, I'm all about mindset, a positive mindset, using positivity as a catalyst to everything that we do. So when challenges come, the one thing I do is, instead of seeing it as a challenge in itself, I see it as a learning ground, as a stepping stone. I see it as an opportunity for me to become a better person. Because every challenge, there is a lesson to learn. So instead of me focusing on the difficult task, instead of me focusing on the thing that's not working well, what I do is to change my mindset towards how I see what is going on around. And the ability to see that this challenge is a learning curve just helped me to overcome the anxiety, helps me to overcome the fear, helps me to overcome the overwhelming feelings that comes with challenges. Because when you see it as a learning curve, the next thing is, what can I learn? What is this teaching me? What am I to gain from this I'm going through right now? So positioning myself in ways like that has really helped me to go through challenges without having to be fearful or to be in a place of anxiety. The third point in what I do to be able to overcome challenges, ask for help. Ask for help. I used to be in a place where I feel, I will figure it all out. I will get around it. But to be honest with you, it might take you a longer time to figure it out by yourself compared to when you ask for help. Having a mentor, having a coach, having somebody you look up to. Talk to people about what you're going through. Because at the end of the day, you will understand that all you know is not all there is. The knowledge you've accumulated, the wisdom you've gained in your journey in life is not all there is. And you've been able to overcome the challenges. What you know might not be all there is to overcome. So ask for help. Talk to people. Reach out to people. Share what you are going through. Because there's a popular saying that says a problem shared is a problem half solved. Any knows me. Any look at what's going on. What can we do about this? What can we do about this? I always ask for it, and it's very, very important. And lastly, I'll share this. Be gracious to yourself. For some of us, we make mistakes. We've done things, and most of the time it can be intentionally. It can be the mistake wasn't by mistake. It might be something you did and you know you did it. But one thing I've learned is be gracious to yourself. Be gracious to yourself. Love yourself to the point that no matter what happens, there is hope. There is a reason to keep living. So do not be too hard on yourself, because when you get too hard on yourself, it clouds your judgment. It clouds you to be able to see the solution. It puts you in a place where you are focusing on the problem. You're in a place of guilt. You're in a place of so much remorse that you don't even think about the way out. Rather, you are soaking up yourself in the mistake that's been made. So love yourself, be gracious to yourself, and take good care of yourself. I tell you, when your mind is sound, it can think better. When your mind is clear, that's why I love Lydia's meditation. It helps clear your mind. It helps you in a place of calmness so that you can be able to look inward and then find solution to the challenges that you are going through. You know, there's a whole lot to share today. I know, and I'm so happy that a lot has been shared already. So I'm going to pass the mic back to Lydia so we can bring up other guests who are on stage with us today so they can share with us some of the tips that they are using to overcome challenges in their life. So, Lydia, the mic is yours.
Thank you so much, Zion. You know, you were saying blame. I say this all the time. Blame is blinding, and when we're blaming ourselves, we can't see. So you're absolutely right, and we're just wallowing in that. What did I do wrong? I'm so X, Y, or Z. I want to hear what some of our other guests have to say about this. Michael, you've been up here for a minute now. Let's get you onto the stage. Are you still with us, Michael?
Yes, I am.
All right. The mic is yours.
Thank you. Um, uh, Thank you very much, everybody that's on stage and everybody who's spoken already, giving me some ideas to what I could think about and what I wanted to say. Um, and so I'll start off with a few things. Overcoming challenges requires making changes, and it doesn't matter if the changes are minute or grand. Every day is about making changes in life to overcome challenges you are facing. You get up every day to face something. Just know that it is inevitable. Annie talked about something that was dear to me just a moment ago. He said, I stand up almost all day, and that's while he's working, and that is true. He didn't used to do this. He used to sit. Why does he stand up all day now? Because he had to overcome a problem, which he says was sleeping. Yes, that's part of it. But then there are other issues that he wanted to overcome, and that's what I'd like to highlight you on. When I met Annie, I told him that when I was at work, I stand all day. I stand all day. I hardly ever sit. Hardly. Why? So that I could fight blood circulation issues that are a result of the DVT that I had contracted. The DVT is gone, but the blood circulation issues are still there. What caused the DVT? Sitting for too long hours is one of the major causes of DVT. A sedentary life where you're just sitting and not doing anything. And I did that for a long number of years, ever since I could say ever since I was 16. I'd spent a lot of hours sitting. Why? Trying to, just get my brain to be smarter, not realizing that I needed to work my whole entire body in order to ensure that I have a better quality of life in the future. So I robbed myself of a quality of life that I'll be living right now, which would be better than what I'm currently doing. But irrespective of that, it's a challenge. Um, what I thought to myself when I started standing was, why not stand and move around? Because it's the exact opposite of sitting. So that's what I do. I stand and I move around all day. Ever since I get out of bed, that's what I'm doing. You'll never see me, you'll hardly ever see me sitting. Hardly. I'd sit only maybe to move, get into a car to go from one point to the next point and then get out. There was a point where I couldn't stand sitting for 10 minutes or even 5 minutes. The pain would just be excruciating and I just had to get up and go. Up to the point that you'd cry. But once you wanted to, as soon as you found a point where you wanted to get out, like for instance, there were car rides, there were like 15 or 20 minutes. After that 20 minutes, I was like, wow, I was buggered. And I really just wanted to jump out of that car and just stand for a few minutes, just to let the pain to subside. That's what DVT can do to you, if and in combination with blood circulation issues. So this, I found that even DVT, you know, even if it was gone, circulation issues lingered, and that the way to remove this or to overcome this uh, was to allow my blood vessels to be rebuilt or to recover because they were affected by this. They were certainly affected. It's like as if an alien came in and just did some remodeling in your blood vessels. Now you fought that alien away. That was the DVT, the blood clots. You fought them away. But the damage they left behind was just incredible. So now you've got to deal with the damage. How do you do that? The, I've been having a bugger of a time trying to find ways to repair my blood vessels so that I don't have this continuous lingering. Well, all I can say is that I know that in the future, as I grow up, as I become older, this is going to become a huge issue. So I need to mend this problem now while I'm still a little young and I can aggressively pursue it. So I do a lot of um, researching to find out what the holistic methods are to accomplish this, because I need them to be holistic, because I need to be using them all the way up until I die, literally. Um, and I might die of blood pressure issues, high blood pressure issues, but this is just of circulation issues. But I want to be in more like control of myself before I pass away. I want to have the ability to move around the way I moved around when I was, what, 16 years old. I want to maintain that all the way through. There are good examples of many people who are capable of doing that simply because they pursued certain activities that did not destroy their system, or they mended their system by pursuing those activities. And that's what I'm attempting to do. And that is my challenge. I'm consistently trying to mend my health every day as as I live, and also as I also run into other challenges and accomplish them too. But that is the major challenge for myself, is to ensure that my health is a lot better than what it than or comes back to being better to when I was 16 years old, so that as I go through life, I improve my health condition as opposed to letting it deteriorate and degrade. I want to be better when I die than I am now, physically, mentally, overall, just better. That is my challenge, and I will pursue it. And I do believe, in my heart of hearts, I do believe this can be accomplished. I have no doubt. You can try to sow as much doubt as you want in me, but that will never, it will never stay in me. It will never ferment. It will never. I'm so full of optimism. I'm not bound to failing. This I shall accomplish. That's how determined I am to overcome my challenges. And in order to say, and in saying that, I'd also like to pose one thing, some things that I've been thinking about recently. What do you think you do when you think and do and verbalize as an activity during the day? I think that those things that you do have the ability to create ripples in the universe that affects others, not only yourself. And the example I give is Traoré of Burkina Faso, the leader, the current leader now. What he thinks, what he does, what he verbalizes has the ability to affect not only the people in his vicinity, but also his country, but also Africa. And you're seeing that right now as he is, but not just Africa, other continents, the entire world. His positive attitude for the Burkinabe people and for Burkina Faso, and his love for his country and his people transcends Burkina Faso into the rest of the world. Every individual human has that ability. So imagine if everybody incorporated that within themselves. Where would we be? Where would we be today? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michael. You are, it's a great example of accepting that something is a problem as opposed to just accepting that it is the way it is, accepting that it is something that you can do about having a relationship with that. And just as you were talking about the leader, Burkina Faso, that that love is something that you demonstrated you having for yourself in going forward and giving yourself what you need and being open to different things that might help you in that way. These are ways of helping with a challenge and embracing the challenge and bringing progress from that challenge. So thank you for coming up here. I also am
well summarized.
Thank you. I'm mindful that Cyrus has also been sitting here for a minute, and so I want to stop talking and get Cyrus up here and see what Cyrus has to say.
Hi, Lydia. Thank you so much for the opportunity. This live event is one of the best ones I've been to. Not just because of the subject matter, which is phenomenal, but because of the people who are phenomenal, including yourself, Annie, Zion, Michael, and a couple of more people. Don't have this presence of mind. I think one of them was a lady called Zara as well. So thank you so much for sharing what you already have. Now, regarding the subject matter, I deal with challenges this way. I first moan about it, get frustrated about it. But what I eventually do is what changes my life for better or worse, right? So, as an example, I had a problem with an app with a software called Adobe Premiere. I didn't know how to work with it, and then somebody told me if you learn 20 to 25 things about a software, you can stop worrying about it because that's all it takes to start. And then I learned those 20 to 25 things, and heck, I learned more. And now I'm designing stuff with it, right? And I'm really enjoying it because my life goes very slowly and very in a very boring manner if I'm not creating, right? I'm a creator, just like the image of the creator. which we all are, right? Some people believe in that greater being, some people don't. We call it differently, but yeah, we still refer to him or her. So I'm glad I get challenges, because there is a category of people who don't have challenges anymore, and they are the dead people. Unfortunately, we lose people as human beings. That's the nature of life, right? The only category of people who never have problems, never have challenges, is dead people. And the only type of challenges that we can't overcome easily is losing the nearest and dearest around us. Like, as an example, I lost my dad. And that is not something you can get over easily, and perhaps you could never get over, but it is a challenge. And you find ways to cope with it one day at a time, and that in itself is overcoming the challenge. So in reality, most of the challenge, unless it's life and death, most of the challenges you can get over them, and they're there to help us become a little bit better than yesterday. And I believe the first, I mean, it's not just what I believe, that's how life works. The first bit of our life, we are somebody else's problem, our mom, our nan, somebody who's a caregiver, a provider for us. Not everyone has parents. Some people raised themselves and went through really, really difficult, sometimes post-apocalyptic situations. But so well done. If you belong to that category of people, you raise yourself, you grew up with difficulty. Well done. You overcame that challenge. Otherwise, you were somebody else's challenge, and they overcame that challenge, and you became the fantastic person you are today, with fantastic opportunities ahead of you. At the latter part of life, like towards when you're very old and fragile, well, I don't know, like 80, 90 or something, again, you become somebody else's problem. They have to provide care. What really matters is the middle bit, which we are going through right now. So if the first bit is done by somebody else, if the last part of the life is done by somebody else, then why am I supposed to be moaning about my problems, which are occurring in the middle bit? If I'm not dealing with the problems right now, when am I supposed to go through the life problems and as a result of overcoming them, grow up? So when things become difficult, just thank your stars. I mean, I do. Thank your stars. You have a problem. You're alive. When you have a problem, that's a good way of double checking things. I'm still alive. Okay, I have a problem, therefore I am still there. And any day above the ground is a good day, eh? So and also when it comes to challenges, I have experienced that, and how people react to it is the game changer. So it just makes that difference. That's a difference maker. Some people say, oh, it's God's or universe's fault. Some other people say it's my own fault. There's a third category of people who also say it's another person's fault, right? So as long as that challenge becomes something you're going to solve and progress, it's okay to have challenges. It's lovely to have challenges. It's a necessity, right? You have to get some repetitions in to build muscle, right? So you have to have challenges, otherwise you won't grow. You have to overcome the problem we call gravity. Then we have shuttles who are capable of escaping the gravity and go to other planets. So there's always a challenge, a problem, and then solving it, and then elevating, right? And a message for us, for all of us, for the moments when we are finger pointing, when you point your finger towards someone else, something else, God, universe, someone else, when you find for the solution outside yourself, that's when things go wrong, right? The solution is always inside yourself, almost always. So when you point your finger, one of your fingers is towards the other person, and three of them are pointing towards yourself, right? So it's always inside you. So 3 times as much is your own fault or it's your own responsibility. Let's not use the word fault, responsibility. At the end of the day, it's your challenge. It's up to you to resolve it. If the challenge stops you from trying, that's when you should be worried. Okay, not when you have a problem. It's good to have a problem. And also for me, when I'm trying to hire someone or when I'm trying to assess someone, I always look at how long it takes them to come back online, because problems push you offline, right? Like a production line, right? So something stops the production from happening. So how long does it take the person to come back online? And if there is a argument between the couples, I look at how long it takes them to normalize their relationship. If there's 2 countries, opposing countries, like, I don't know, as an example, Russia and Ukraine or whatever, and how long does it take them to come back to the negotiation table? How long does it take them to come back and go back to what they call normality? That's a really important factor when it comes to determining if somebody's good or bad at resolving challenges. They are there to be resolved, to be overcome. They're not there to send us offline. Okay, so that's my message to everybody. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, we thank you, my friend. We thank you.
Thank you, Cyrus. Yeah, you were speaking my language, really. I believe, and you don't have to believe this if you don't want, but I believe that responsibility is one of our greatest assets. It's one of our greatest privileges to be able to be responsible for ourselves and to take that challenge. And so I love what you said, Cyrus. Like I said before, design, blame is blinding. Whether we're blaming the circumstance or ourselves or God or storms or whatever, when we take responsibility, what can we do about it? We can let go what we cannot do anything about, and we can work with what we can. So that was just an amazing share. Thank you so much, Cyrus. We're coming, I think, to the end of our call, and I want to give, sometimes Zion falls off before the end of the call, so I want to bring Zion back up on the stage and let him have a chance to talk to us all before we close the room. Zion, the stage is yours. Maybe.
All right. Thank you so much, Lydia. I'm here. Thank you so much, Lydia, for holding the stage for us. It's just so amazing. Just to have people share. Cyrus and Michael, wow. Powerful shares, so much insight. And thank you for inspiring us all with your amazing stories. And Lydia, amazing host. Mr. Alien, thank you so much. And everyone else who came. Yes, Jimmy, thank you so much, Jimmy and Zara, and everyone in the listening lounge. I want to say a big thank you. Today has been an insightful one. Like I said earlier, we all have, as our faces are different, so our challenges are different as well. But at the end of the day, there's nothing too difficult for you not to overcome. There's nothing too big enough for you not to overcome. So I believe that each and every one of us, we have what it takes to succeed. We have what it takes to overcome any challenges, and it all begins from our mindset. For those who are joining us for the first time, this event hosts every Friday, and it's 3 years now, almost 3 years now that we have been doing this Friday in, Friday out, just to inspire more people all over the world. We know how we do it. It's all about bringing the positivity to your doorstep. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what you've been through. We believe that everyone is important. We believe that everyone has to be valued, seen, and heard. And that's how we do this event, just to give the people the opportunity to share and, be seen and be heard, and to bring positivity to your doorstep. And we always encourage people to come on and share, because we believe that everyone has a unique story. One of the most important things we get to enjoy is the networking that we do. So if you see comments, see people you have not connected, we do it to reach out, connect with them, because that's how we can connect one positive person to another. just a simple connection. Say hi to them, tell them you met them on this event, and I'm sure they're going to connect with you too, because we are a big family, we are one community, and we are all about supporting and helping each other to become much more better. So I want to say a big thank you for joining us today. And next week is always another edition, and we are looking forward to another great discussion where we are very intentional about spreading positivity as the focal point of every discussion that we do. So thank you so much, Lydia, for today. Wow, thank you again and again for the meditation section. I'll just pass the mic now back to Mr. Eni so he can share his last word. Then we'll take the mic back to Lydia as well.
Amazing shares, everyone who said that. Truly amazing shares. Let me say some great comments as well. Thank you so much, says Suzanne, for this insightful event. Mr. Okara, you found your way. You're here. Okara said, great to be here, Zion. Thanks for putting this on. I think we all agree with that. And Michael, great share, says Suzanne as well. Thank you so much, Mr. M. I've just learned some great things from you. And Nicholas, I don't know if we welcome you, Nicholas, properly. We should show you on screen. But here you are, Nicholas. Thank you for joining us as well. Yeah, it's good evening to you too. Taiwo, thank you for powerful insights, for sure. Worknesh, of course, I see you as well. Thank you for joining us. Definitely, Jay, I can't forget Jay's comments, can I? Right. Jay says, challenges allow for growth. We learn ways to overcome issues and ways to avoid them in the future. Exactly that, Jay. I think that's combining everything that I've heard so far. Zara was a star. If you missed her, go and watch the replay. Join Team Replay, and you find out a new star is in our community, my friends. Zara is that new star. I'm sure you're going to hear more about her. Yeah, but she shares some gems with us too. Thank you, everyone. Look, so Michael and Cyrus, you shared pure genius with us, and I think Lydia put her finger on the nail when she said, it's mainly about stopping blaming people. When we look within, as Cyrus kept saying, when we do that, there's three fingers are pointed towards us, right? And Cyrus, I love that. That's genius, right? That is genius, pure genius. I'm always amazed by people who think better than me. And you are that person, Cyrus. Stop blaming the people, because the answer is usually within us. The answer, as Lydia said, is what can we control? What can we change? What can we do differently? That's where we need to start when it comes to looking at obstacles and challenges. See, but there's another set that I think humanity has a tendency. The tendency is that we try and preempt problems, or we try and preempt the outcomes of things that happen. In other words, obstacles are in our minds at best of times, right? And I guess I'm learning to be optimistic, as Michael said. Rather than expect it all to go wrong and the world to break and the world to blow up in front of me, which it never has, by the way. I'm learning to take the view that, yes, that's happened. Of course it has. We'll deal with it. Right? Rather than thinking, oh, this is terrible. Everything's wrong. Everything's gone. No, it's never all gone, ever, right? So let's learn to be more optimistic about life as a whole. Things might turn out fine. They just might, right? If you think you're doomed already, then you're doomed. Nothing we can think positively and think, right, these could still go well. Now, I don't speak in a vacuum. Look, I've got a campaign, the Better Than campaign running right now, right? I said I got examples for you, didn't I? So I try and do this quick. So I said, I'm sitting here last night, sending DMs to people saying, buy the book. Then Amazon stops measuring our sales. Well, all the categories just disappear on Amazon. You can't get a bestseller if there's no categories, my friends. It's all better categories. Right. Now, I could have gone away thinking, oh, the world has ended. No, the world has not ended. I went to sleep eventually this morning, and when I woke up, the categories are back. Right. So as I stand here now before you, I'm telling myself, oh, wow, the results may still show up. Sometime, today, tomorrow, I don't know when Amazon will catch up with itself. Then I say, I used to do the other thing, which is, it's gone wrong, we failed, we lost. nothing works. It always happens to me. That's not the truth, right? You know, it can still go right, my friend. So as you look at your situations, if it hasn't happened yet, believe it might still go right. Do what you can to put it right. That's what it means to look within yourself. Do the right thing, improve, do something, right? If you can, you know. Don't wait for the disaster to happen and then say, "Oh, I knew it was going to go wrong." Yes, you knew. Fix it before it goes wrong. That's my biggest lesson that I take away today, my friends. You know, Michael, you shared so many gems there. Look, and here's maybe now there's two I'll leave you with. Look, talk to yourself as if you are talking to your best friend. When things are when your best friend says to you, "Emmy, this could happen. This has gone wrong," you don't say to them, "Oh, okay, go and jump, go and do yourself in. You know, find a room, a dark room, and sit there for the rest of your life." You don't say that, do you? You say, "Right, what's happened?"
You want to get rid of friends like that, right, Annie?
Lydia, here's the thing. We do this ourselves every day, right? We castigate ourselves literally. We flog ourselves mercilessly. I'm terrible. I can never have this career. I can never have this line of work. I can never have this that I've been working towards. Even though Cyrus tells us everything takes years. Everyone who shared today said everything takes a long time to learn. But guess what? Don't just drop it and change because someone told you, because something went wrong somewhere, right? Learn, improve. That's the only way to get on with life. That's the only way I can think of, right? You know, so I'm good at it. Like, oh, I'm not a good publisher. Oh, I can't get a bestseller. No, it's nothing. That's not the thing. That's not it, right? You know, continue your path, continue learning, continue doing. The last I'll say to you is this, my friends: feedback is not an obstacle. When someone says, "I don't like that," or "you can do better," don't go crying. Don't take it as the end of the world. Take it as a chance to learn and improve. Really, I mean that sincerely. You know, feedback, embrace it. Most people think feedback, and when someone says, "Oh, I don't like it," they're like, "Oh, damn, my word's ended." Your word hasn't ended. It really hasn't. It could be just be the beginning of your improvement. Use feedback for what it's meant for. Don't see it as disaster that many people do. Lydia, amazing show. Zion, amazing show. Michael, Cyrus, Zara, Jane, audience, Suzanne, all of you who are here, Lisa. A great show today. I had a feeling it would be a great topic. So, I've learned a lot, and I will be a better person for it, my friend. Lydia,
you're a star, Annie. You're a real star. Star amongst stars.
We are all better people for it, Annie. You're right about that. We are all better people for it. And a couple of things that you said, honestly, the wait for it to be right. Well, and be open to what right is, because it might not be what you have in your mind. Right might be better than that, and right might be easier than that. But in order to get to right, you need to show up and take everything that comes with it. And you can leave what you can't change and change what you can. But the last thing I'm going to leave you with, for me, is, at least I think the last thing, sometimes we get extra inspiration, but the last thing I'm going to leave you with is that challenge is to be human, and to be human is to be challenged. We make no progress and we have no life if we do not take on challenge. So that is the way that we grow. It's the way we connect, the way that we transcend. To be human is challenge. To challenge is human. So I want to thank you all for being here. And I think that what were you going to say, Annie?
Auntie Joyce just joined us at the very last minute. let's give her a couple of minutes to share what she comes to share. How you doing, Auntie Joy? And then we go play our last song if that's all right, Lydia.
Okay.
I don't want to leave her disappointed. How you doing, Auntie Joy? Long time.
No, see. It's good to see you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Likewise.
I'm excited to be here, and I'm enjoying every bit of what I heard from Lydia. She talked about challenges makes life interesting. It's interesting to be here. I'm happy. I think for me, it's more of I think sitting back to count your blessings. Lately, let's say when you don't count your blessings, you just become negative. But when you sit down to write it, I used to have this principle to write. Lately, I've not written. And I think that's affecting me. When you sit down to write what you're grateful for, it's just like having a business plan. You know where you're going, and then you know what you've done and what you already have. That gives you some form of strong positivity. Thank you, Annie. Thank you, Zion, and thank you, the other team members. So much love for you. Bye.
Amazing, Auntie Joy. I mean that sincerely. Truly amazing. Look, that's what Lydia and I are talking about. Positivity. You never know the good that's going to come. See, no one's mentioned gratitude today until now. That makes it more than worthwhile, Auntie Joy, to hear your input. Thank you for joining us. I mean that sincerely, right? Look, my friends, we must go. We must go. There's much to learn. If anyone is wanting more, then please go and watch the replay. It's on Zion's YouTube. It's on LinkedIn. And you can DM us, and I'm sure one of us will share the link with you somewhere, right? But so join us again next Friday. Meanwhile, look, go out there and get things wrong and learn. That's life, right?
Show up.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Every step forward is a newbie to your drama. She's success with global.media.com and celebrate it with or without champagne or rum. She's success with global.media.com. Every step forward is a new beat to your drum.